A neighborhood racked by absolutely senseless violence.
Okay, this is North Richmond.
There is a street culture here among kids who scatter when the patrol car cruises by, pulling hoods and shirts up over their faces. But these are kids, sometimes as young as 14. A burned-out or abandoned house can serve as a home base for gang meetings and drug deals. The violence is getting vicious.
I work out here 5 nights a week, and there isn't a night that hasn't gone by where I've heard shots fired at least once.
Welcome to another episode of Swamp Stories. This is episode 4, and I want to thank you guys for the support. And this shit has blown up more than I would have imagined, so thank you guys so much. So let's get into it. Richmond, California, known as a gritty West Coast town, was once America's murder capital. The small city of 90,000 is about 20 minutes from San Francisco and 10 minutes up the road from Oakland. It was developed during World War II, where Southern African Americans migrated to work on the shipyards. After the war, though, many of the residents were left without jobs and the city lacked opportunity. Since then, Richmond has been a tough city. It's divided into basically 4 sections: North Richmond, Central Richmond, South Richmond, and the Hill. Today, I'll be focusing on the war between North and Central Richmond. Central Richmond is called the Iron Triangle because it's literally a triangle cut off by 3 railroads. Locals call the area the Deep Sea, and youngsters call themselves the Littles and they throw up L's. Their biggest rival is North Richmond, aka Narf or Nolia. This area is surrounded by a hazardous waste facility, a recycling dump, and a refinery. How's that for some scenery? North Richmond is notorious for their public housing called the Project Trojans, and their famous blocks are Market Ave and 4th Street. Their project was torn down in the last few years and the residents were moved to the city of Rodeo. This is about 15 minutes from Richmond. They now claim this small area and call it 3500. Some North Richmond members call themselves the Swerve Team. The whole war between North and Central started for a very stupid reason. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. The gang war started in 2003 in the weirdest way possible. It all started because of a car crash. On September 22nd, 2003, a purple Mustang full of men from Central Richmond blows a stop sign and rear ends a white Chrysler in front of them. The 3 men in the Mustang were upset about the crash, even though technically it was their fault. 18-year-old Deanzer Clark hops out of the car and demands they pay him $4,000 for the damages to his Mustang. The North Richmond men in the Chrysler refuse to pay him and both parties drive off after an argument. Later that day, the 3 men in the Mustang drive up to 4th Street in North Richmond and start shooting the men in the Chrysler. One man, Sammy Wilson, is injured in the shooting. The next night, the same 3 men in the Mustang drive back up to North Richmond for round 2. 2 men hop out of the car. They chase Michael Gully and Anthony Smith into a home on 600 block of 4th Street. One man lets off 27 shots with an AK-47, while another man drops 25 rounds out of his 9mm Glock. Both men were struck in the incident. A neighbor was also hit as a bullet flew through his window and hit him while he was sleeping. Just a few days later, a North Richmond man named Roderick Whitlow Jr. was found shot dead in San Pablo. His friend Kevin McNeely was shot and killed later that day. 3 days later, the white Chrysler is seen driving through Central Richmond on McDonald Avenue. A car pulls up to the Chrysler and starts shooting, injuring the drivers and passengers. On October 4th, a North Richmond man named Michael Amons is killed in front of a home on 812 Griffin Drive. The next day, a Central Richmond man named Wilbur Jacobs is found shot dead on 15th and Pennsylvania in Central Richmond. 3 hours later, 20-year-old Maurice Johnson is killed in North Richmond at 812 Griffin Drive, in front of the same home Amons was killed 2 days prior. The killings would continue on both sides non-stop. For example, North Richmond rapper Johnny Cash was shot dead in 2007 at the Vallejo Sereno Apartments. If you've never heard of his music, you should definitely take a listen. He's pretty fire.
I'ma ride till my ride is over. Ain't gotta go down south to find and know ya. I'ma dip with the heat cock, the 45 and smoke it up, north side and hey. Wasn't the time I couldn't get my grit down without my get down. Posted on the track, Sonny Roaches used to act funny. Now they wanna sit in my shit and play the cockpit. Tug on my 2 chains, see how my watch fit.
Trad 45.
The gang violence got so bad in Richmond that they started paying people to not kill each other. That's the most California thing I've ever heard. So where's my check? I haven't killed anyone. Well, that's not exactly how it works. In 2009, Richmond decided to use taxpayer money to pay suspected gang members $750 to $1,000 to not shoot people. The new generation of Richmond is still beefing the same way, except sections are now enemies with sections they used to be clicked up with. For example, Central Richmond is now beefing with Crescent Park and Richmond Manor, who they used to be cool with. Well, that's because these sections are now clicked up with North Richmond, who they used to beef with. North Richmond also associates with the Hill, who they used to beef with. Central feels like they're the real enemy of Richmond because it seems like everyone around them is clicking up. In 2017, the police took down North Richmond's Swerve team. They're suspected of 3 homicides, 14 attempted murders, 2 carjackings, 6 armed robberies, and 4 home burglaries. A couple of the crimes were egregious. For example, they are accused of shooting 18-year-old Otillo Martinez 50 times from close range while he was walking home from school. A week later, a pair of Swerve members wearing Halloween masks shot 70-year-old Orinda School Board member Carol Brown twice and pistol whipped her husband Tom Spalding. He was 70 years old as well. They did this in the driveway of their home. Check out some of the disses between North and Central Richmond rappers.
That's that nigga Lil Sirdy, he the talk of the town. He at least keep 30 when he walking around. The last thing that he heard was a spark in the sound.
They tapped my phone cause homicide, thought we touched Sirdy.
At first I wasn't interested, but when they killed Sirdy, it got hella hectic. We sliding all through your block and all through your section. Finna up 30 shots all out this Smith & Wesson.
Lils bitch, we turned up. L's up, bitch, turn up.
I'm turned up. You never seen me turn down. The whole rich won't problems, so we gotta keep them sticks round.
When no shooter get on feet, you ain't no killer, nigga. It take a killer to kill a killer, that was a rookie move. I caught and killed his ass with no rookie move. I caught and spanked him too, he ain't know what to do. I caught and flipped him over, I put him under 2.
Pause up in this bitch, bro, don't get me started. Yeah, I'm out the jet, so I'm screaming, fuck the market. I just spent like 20,000 in Rodale. Heard the boys be over there, about to drop 50 in Rodale.
Niggas talking all this gang in here. It's L's in here. You pussies ain't let off a shell this year. Every time I press y'all in the county, I can smell the fear.
Catch a nigga throwing up the mills, bound to chase a little. When it's tragic, get the clapping niggas in the middle.
Top saying y'all sliding through the deep, y'all need to stop it. Might as well claim North, or we be bleeding the fucking market. Never come out the peas, cause all you young niggas targets. And I been had the juice, swear you nerds need to charge it. And if I ain't in the deep, I probably lurking with a swerve be. Ain't scared nobody, I swear every hood heard of me.
You say you swerved in and swerved up with your swerve niggas. Y'all say y'all packing 30s, well nigga we packing birds, nigga. All blacked up, full walking through the peas, nigga. Pulling up with Smith and Glocks and HDs, nigga. North to the hill, we over there making scenes, nigga.
It's cold in the rich, my nigga, this shit chilly. You a nerd, quit perping, use a big pump. Left a body on 19th, nigga, which one?
Bust down 41, ain't no stock shit. Big gun on my lap in that cockpit. Ain't no nigga in my city that can top this, my niggas pop shit. Bitch, you ride with them mobs. Yeah.
Foot missions, walk downs, we do standovers. Caught him smiling on his phone, that was man's over. Free Marlo, free Relly, them niggas real drillers. I got 7 on my belt, bitch, I'm a real killer.
Tayway would go on Instagram Live and show his location at the liquor store 4th and McDonald in Central Richmond. Just minutes later, 2 men chased him down into the store and shot him dead.
Can't name one nigga I been fucking with and getting close. Tayway that AK a rich city host. Tryna tell you who it is, like I'm knocking at the door. I'm that nigga on the stage, we got a